Another AI tool from Media City UK in Salford, the latest from podnews.net with co-host, powerful podcast hosting for agencies and brands. Auphonic has launched an AI-powered automatic generator for show notes, summaries and chapter points. It's competition for Buzzsprout, who partnered with Podium and Capshow. Auphonic's API is used by many podcast hosting companies. The Australian Podcast Ranker for May was released. Both ARN's iHeart Podcast Network Australia and SCA's Listener claim various number one slots. The number one publisher in the country is the ABC, but they're still not participating in the ranker. They announced their participation in March and in October 2019. As part of the digital news report from the Reuters Institute, authored by Nick Newman, it examines the consumption of news podcasts in a number of countries. Repackaged radio output dominates in less developed podcast markets, the report finds. Apple is threatening to remove Damus, a Nostr-based chat service, from the App Store. If upheld, the ruling threatens value-for-value podcast apps which use a similar system. Live One is to launch Podcast One TV, a fast channel this summer. The channel could appear on services like Pluto, Amazon Freevee, Roku, Samsung TV Plus, and others. Fans of jumping in muddy puddles? Rejoice! Peppa Pig is coming as a podcast, at least as an Audible show made with Hasbro.
Naughty Grandpa!
And in Germany, the nominees of the Deutsche Podcast Prize were announced. There are 999 entries this year. Winners will be announced on July the 6th. This podcast is sponsored by Co-Host and Quill. Agencies and brands need better, independent podcast analytics. Discover companies that listen to your podcast, where downloads are coming from, and how listeners are resonating with Co-Host at cohostpodcasting.com. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.